Ladies and gentlemen, part 2 is here. So earlier we broke down a lot of the individual drills, broke down specific guys, but now I want to get more into team drills where you see quarterbacks throwing to wide receivers, maybe some 7-on-7s, maybe 11-on-11s. We're going to break down everything you need to know. Before we dive in, once again, like we always do, I want to give credit where credit is due, and that is with all the Jaguars media members out here in Jacksonville. Without them, these videos are not possible to make, so do me a favor and go follow them on X right now. With that being said, let's dive into the video. Here's the first look at Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball to star wide receiver Travis Hunter, man. I'm so excited because this duo has potential to be absolutely deadly here. Again, I think they're going to be generational. I really do. So get ready, get your popcorn. Let's lock in. Let's watch some highlights from today's practice. Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, BTJ. Let's go. Now, when I talk about a wide receiver being a plucker over a body catcher, this is what I mean exactly. Now, over the past few days, I don't know what is going on, but a lot of people have been making it a big deal of his route running ability on stops and dig routes. I don't understand it at all, but look at this ball pluck ability, right? This is what I'm talking about. When you have a guy like Travis Hunter who is a plucker and not a body catcher, this is what you love to see. He's off the ground, he plucks that thing out of the air and brings it immediately down. I don't know why anyone's talking about the route running being bad. I think he looks great, and then that plucking ability, man, I'm all in. Alright guys, so we had an interesting point of practice where they did 7-on-7s. Now, you guys are going to be like, well, why can't we see him? Well, the reporters are not able to show 7-on-7 highlights, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down, I'm going to tell you what happened. Again, I don't have the footage that's going to line up with it. They're not allowed to film 7-on-7s because they don't want other teams watching it and be like, oh, okay, now we know what plays they're running, right? So no 7-on-7 film for today. I don't think we're going to see 11-on-11 film for today. Might get that a different day, but we do have a lot of news and notes, so who's looking good, who's looking bad. We're going to break that down right now. Alright, so I'm going to use some new highlights as well to tell you guys, but let's just start off with the first 7-on-7 play. We had Trevor Lawrence to De'Ami Brown, put it right over a linebacker's head, and it was a nice little completion. Nick Mullen rotates in, and he completes a pass to Quinton Morris. We had more Nick Mullins in, completed to Eli Pincole, who I want to say Pincole is a wide receiver that they signed as a UDFA. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but he had a completion here and there with Nick Mullins. Back over to Trevor Lawrence. He had a pass to Travis Hunter, was short, completed. We had one to Etienne, another short one, completed during 7-on-7s. BTJ on a rollout, more of like a bootleg, a nice completed pass to the, I believe, right side of the field. But overall, we're seeing a lot of completions. Yes, they are short completions, but nevertheless, they are completed balls. Alright, so what we're going to do is actually look at the highlights from before, from the last video. And again, here, I'm just going to, hey, also, big shout out to Jamal St. Cyr, I believe his name is. You can find him on X or Twitter at JSTCYRTV. You see it on the screen right now. He is the one that gives you all these play-by-play analysis. So again, go follow them on Twitter if you haven't already done so. But let's break down some more plays. Again, it's going to be quick fire. It's going to be quick. It's going to just be here for you guys. Now, we also had a massive play from Trevor Lawrence to Travis Hunter down the sideline. Would have went for about 20 to 25 yards. Was probably the play of the day during this initial 7-on-7 period. And it seemed like all these quarterbacks were really, really accurate today, right? They had a bunch of completions. I don't remember seeing any incompletions from these reporters in at least like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the 7-on-7 period. It was short pass complete, pass complete on the outside, deep pass completed, right? They were just absolutely demoralizing this defense, at least to start practice. And that's kind of the way you want it to be at times, right? You don't want every single day to be offense, but you obviously want to see your offense succeed in a lot of different areas. Now, again, if it gets too repetitive where the offense is dominating every single play, every single practice, your defense is probably going to suck throughout the season. But this is a year where I think they will be fine. I think what they've done to the secondary, adding Eric Murray as a potential starting safety along with Jordan Lewis as a nickel. I do think they got a little bit better in that area. They need a little bit more development out of this defensive line, more production out of Trayvon Walker and Mason Smith. But with that is going to come a really terrifying defense. Now, real quickly, before we get any further into this video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you want more of these Jacksonville Jaguars videos throughout the entirety of not only OTAs, which is the next couple of weeks long. Whenever you have a new head coach, you are allowed to get these practices in earlier and more often than other teams, at least while you're installing a system, right? So if you want more of these videos, throw not only all of OTAs, but then mandatory minicamp, which is a couple of weeks away, and then they get a break, and then training camp will be here before you know it. If you want every single practice update, let me know in the comments down below by commenting down P2, right? Also, hit that like button. This is so important for me and the algorithm, but most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family, and we got you guys covered throughout the entirety of the season, or the off season, plus the season, right? Preseason, breaking down a film of everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. We got you guys covered with film analysis, preseason, regular season. Let's go. Alright guys, so next we had some 11 on 11s, and again, I apologize for not having any footage of that, but it got a little bit more interesting here. It got a little bit more tough because now we're seeing pass rush. We're seeing guys try to get to the quarterback. Football's got to come out a little bit quicker. Now you have to be a little bit more on target, right, with your throws because there's more defenders, right? I mean, so overall, it was interesting to start. So the first play of 11 on 11s was a handoff to Travis Etienne. Picked up some yardage, right? Obviously, they're not tackling. There's no pads. They're just kind of touching and showing that they can make a play. The second play of 11 on 11s was actually incomplete, looking for Brian Thomas. Tyson Campbell had really good coverage. He's a guy that is locked in as a day one starting corner on the outside boundary for them. And, you know, he's going to be a big-time player for this team, right? Now, I was really excited to see where Travis Hunter would slot into at least start these periods. So, as of right now, I don't know. They didn't say it. The third play of 11 on 11s was actually a handoff to Tuin. So he was the second running back to get a touch in this portion of practice. But guess what? Fumbled the ball, and then Josh Hines-Allen picked it up, took it the other way, and what could have been a touchdown in the other direction. So Tuin needs to hang on to the football. Definitely not great. We also saw a completion to Travis Etienne from Trevor Lawrence, and then after those 4 plays took place, we saw Nick Mullins get into the game. He looked like quarterback 2. Nick Mullins had a handoff to Allen, and then had a handoff to Robinson shortly after that play there. Now again, we have some more 11-11s coming up next. Alright, back to some more 11 on 11s. We had Nick Mullins check into the game, had one, tried to complete it to Cam Camper. That was incomplete, a little bit in front of him. Nick Mullins then had one completed to Josh Cephas. Pass complete over the middle. It was a really good catch according to some media members. And then we had a, not resurgence, but Trevor Lawrence get back into the game, or back into practice, and had a handoff to Dyami Brown. So Dyami Brown came into the game. He was making a difference. Now, he's probably going to be utilized in so many different areas in the sense of being able to pre-snap motion, figure out if it's man or zone defense, depending on if the cornerbacks rotate with, or if they don't, then you know it's zone. You're probably going to be able to line them up in the backfield, use them on quick screens, smoke screens, whatever it may be. So I think Dyami Brown is going to be very vital to this football team going into next season. Next play of 11 on 11s, we actually had an interception from Darnell Savage on Trevor Lawrence. 2 receivers were in the area, went right to Darnell Savage. Very tough play there. We had more 11 on 11s. Trevor Lawrence just tucking and running it. Nothing really open there. So we have yet to see anything to Travis Hunter yet defensively or even offensively as well. We also saw a short pass to Travis Etienne as well. I was very confused about the amount of Tank Bigsby that I saw. I didn't see anything from Tank Bigsby, man. No handoff, no catches out the backfield. And then boom, John Warford comes into the game. A handoff to Tuin. One guy said that the speed was absolutely blazing. Once he gets that football in his hands, he is dynamic. Now remember, he did fumble a little bit early on in practice. You cannot be doing that. If your first touch in 11 on 11s is a fumble, that is not a good sign at all. All right, so actually that interception to Darnell Savage was actually intended for Travis Hunter. It was, he was the intended receiver, just overshot him a little bit. The De'Ami Brown handoff looked like it would have gone for 20, maybe even 30 yards on that play. And then Wolford comes in, throws the interception to Ventrell Miller. Really nice play by the DB. So again, these guys are getting activated. We still have a lot more to learn about over the next few days, weeks, and months over not only mandatory minicamp, OTAs, training camp. But with that being said, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family for more of these updates throughout the entirety of camp. With that being said, I'm going to end the video here. But again, we have a lot more practice to go over soon. Peace.